Okay, look at here, look at here. We got a leak. This thing has been leaking a little bit over the course of it sitting up here. Ever since I fixed the pan leak, I got another leak here, and I think I know what the culprit is. I'm pretty sure I know what the culprit is, but let me get on here and show you all what's going on. Look at this mess. Mind you, I put a really nice transmission pan gasket on here and I fixed that. So you would think this is the second time I've wiped this up. We got a decent little leak. That's a nice little puddle here over the last couple of days. This car hasn't been started, although it's been pushed in the garage. So there has been some rotation with the engine and torque converter, but yeah, look at this. Get some rubber gloves on, and we're gonna identify this leak today. This ends once and for all, and I think this is something an error I made. Look at this. Look where it's at. Look at the vicinity. You'll think, the car is slightly leaning backwards, so you got the leak is kind of mimicking as if it's coming off the transmission pan bolts where it mounts up at, but that's not the case. Those are sealed with silicone around them. This is the culprit here. I could put some powder to trace this down, but I know exactly what's going on here, and I'm gonna show you how I know that. Look at that, it's leaking right off the corner where this dipstick sits inside the trans, and I'm almost positive the leak is caused by the dipstick tube O-ring, and I ordered some and they'll be in a minute. Like I said, I was gonna throw some powder up here and try to trace the leak, but this is kind of self-explanatory. This pan is sealed. I was gonna leak from here. That nylon washer around this drain plug wasn't creating a firm seal or tight seal where it was still leaking, and I kind of resolved that just by slipping a simple O-ring, a nice thick O-ring around that drain plug bolt, and that sealed that perfectly. So my issue is here. Dipstick tube O-ring is bad. I'm almost confident, and I'm pretty familiar with these transmissions. I got a few videos on the channel kind of going in depth with them, changing the strainer / filter, removing the valve body, replacing the shift linkage, etc., etc. Got some detailed videos on this transmission on the channel. But yeah, this is the culprit. So we're gonna remove the dipstick tube. I'll show you what O-rings we're gonna use, and also we're gonna use a little bit of transmission gasket maker, Brett around that lip of that dipstick tube. Get a permanent seal here, so we don't have to worry about leaking. But this thing has been leaking pretty bad. Just moved out the paint booth, and I was shocked to remove it and see a nice puddle of transmission fluid under there. So yeah, we're gonna get that fixed. I'm gonna show you all that right now. So this thing is dusty under here. We're gonna get some brake clean and clean that off. Look at this thing is dripping right now. It just dripped on me. So yeah, we're gonna get that fixed. You guys can see this thing is leaking pretty bad. I just moved the pan out the way. So let's show you all what's happening. So as you can see, I just loosen up the bolt to remove the drain, the dipstick. We got this vacuum hose in here. We should be able to kind of pull it right on up. But first, before I pull it up, let's go here. It's going to need maybe a little drain. We're gonna drain some fluid out of here, if not all of it. Okay guys, look, you see I got an O-ring around here because the nylon washer wasn't doing it, wasn't cutting it. It was still leaking, so this prevented the drain plug from leaking. You can see this thing is pretty much flattened. Let's wipe it off some. Let's get some cleaner. Get some cleaner first. This thing is pretty much flat. Let's take this O-ring off. This thing is flat. So I have an assortment of O-rings I could use, but there's specific O-rings for these dipstick tools, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So a couple things we're gonna use. Here's an assortment of O-rings that will work for this, but let me show you. For instance, this is probably the size of this. However, this may work, but they're special O-rings, and these are the ones you want to get. Look at how thick these are compared to this and this flattened one. So we're gonna place this on here. All right, got some thickness to it now, and we're gonna use some of this. Make sure this is what you're gonna use. Any of that other gasket maker will be ate up or dissolved by the transmission fluid. So I'm gonna use some of this around this lip. Okay, we got this ready to go back in. And now let's get on here and clean the surface around that hole. Make sure we got good contact. Alright, so I know we can't get up in there really good, but I've cleaned around that rim super good. We should just drop right in. Alright, let me put us up in position and get us in here. Need some guiding light down here. Look at it, we got a straight shot down at it. Look down at it right there. See it? Straight shot. Down in there, pretty good too. You see the sealant oozing out. All right, let's bolt it back up. All right, we're back together. We got it in. As you can see, you can see how the gasket sealing is all around the rim. We should get a nice seal there. All right, so let it sit overnight. This thing is shining. I'm gonna let it sit overnight, and then we're gonna let it sit for 24 hours. Then I'll put some transmission fluid in it, but we should be all good now. All right, stay tuned. All right, guys, we're gonna fill it back up. Before we fill it back up, we're gonna wait and watch under here to make sure this don't leak. Alright, I think we all good under here. Let's check and see. No leaks. Alright, we can pour the rest of the transmission fluid in. Should be all good. Okay, let's take a look under here. I think we're all good. Nothing. Train so good. I mean, it was leaking almost immediately. I'll get a couple drips. Okay, so far so good. Gonna watch it over the next couple days. What tend to leak almost immediately, or within a few hours I'll be seeing something. So I'll check within the next couple of days and we'll go from there. I'll post the video if we got some success, but I'm pretty sure we're all good. Alright, we'll be back in a couple of days. Alright, it's been a couple of days. So far so good. I did put some more transmission fluid in here. Should be all good. Nothing. It's just so let me take you guys under here. Absolutely nothing. Bone dry, nothing that's been there. This is nothing. We normally would have seen it running down here. Nothing, bone dry. Success on this job here. That's better. Nothing. You can see the seal we created. No more leaks. All right, we're done here. Hope this video helps. Thank you guys for watching. Terrence and I'm out.